I'm gonna really discipline myself after this. I'm not gonna do this anymore. But remember the Why Are They Mad? And I was getting the Ace of Swords and the Sun card was coming out, but emphasis on the Ace of Swords. Well, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. And remember, I kept mentioning something about Matthews. I was like, if I have a kid, I'm definitely gonna be naming my son Matthews, because every reference, Bible reference that comes to mind is always in the book of Matthews. But we're gonna get into it. Lastly, you guys, this is gonna be my last outburst. This is gonna be my last outburst. So Venus is going to be squaring up with Jupiter retrograde. And I think that's another reason why I'm allowing this outburst, because we just talked about the moon squaring Jupiter retrograde, right? So let's get into the nitties of the gritties. All right, and then I'm gonna be mature and wait until I finish my projects to put them out. So with Venus squaring up with Jupiter retrograde, to reiterate, Venus will be in Cancer at 19 degrees in the 10th house, and Jupiter is retrograded in Aries at 21 degrees in the 7th house. Keep in mind that Venus is freshly direct. And so this aspect is conjunct the moon squaring up with Jupiter retrograde. And in that aspect, we discussed twofold situations, one of which some were choosing to stay stuck in karmic cycles, and the other was choosing to move on, trusting that Jupiter retrograde had something bigger and better in store for them. And we all know the saying, you are what you attract. And with that, you shall see about that with this aspect. Those who chose to stay in the bird cage will have to overcome the square. And as we discussed, squares are presented to challenge you with the intent for you to overcome. As for others, the challenge with Jupiter retrograde in Aries, this was all about walking by faith and not by sight, trusting in a higher power to provide you with all that you need, want, and desired if you trusted. Kind of reminds me of having faith of a mustard seed. Well, that seed is expanding. I didn't write that down. That was intuitive right there. Anywho, now it is easier said than done, but it is simple nonetheless. For example, because I chose to let go and let God when it came to the man I've energetically dealt with for 2 years, in which I wanted a commitment from, I am confident that I will receive someone or something much more fulfilling and much more than I ever imagined. Again, with Jupiter and even Aries energy, it gives free spirit vibes, freedom, courage, energy, opportunities, abundance, and expansion. And one more and adventure. And I know I'm attracting all of that. In fact, I saw it in my tarot card readings. Anywho, and as for the man I left in the cage, he will either rise to the occasion or simply continue attracting more fear, stagnancy, and emotional unfulfillment. And on a playful note, for those who have been overindulging in sweets and fast food, expect to attract a bigger tummy and a bigger ass. All in all, without sounding redundant, whatever you think, do, act, read, and listen to will be expanded upon. There's another quote, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Well, that is a certainty at this time. And then, of course, I have to take you to the book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 52. And it says, and I'm paraphrasing, live by the sword, you die by the sword. And that is what I have. I did add some extra, okay, with the moon squaring Jupiter retrograde placement, but I'll just get into that. Actually, I'll just go into it right now. I talked about the snacking and overindulgence in the food and all of that because the moon squaring up with Jupiter retrograde can absolutely cause an overindulgence with eating. Snacks, chocolate, fatty foods, fast foods, things like that. It also may, you also may, on another note, you may feel inclined to fast. Okay, so just know if that was whatever spectrum you guys are on, if you're overeating or just eating a lot, and or fasting, okay, this is due to the moon and Jupiter retrograde. More power to you if you're able to fast during this transit, okay. Some of you also may be feeling more charitable and generous at this time. Personally, I've been feeling inclined to feed the birds near my home. Plus, they've been coming around giving me some very demanding death stares, okay? And I can feel their energy. They want me to feed them. So also, use this energy to kind of give back, pay it forward, help a homeless person, help homeless people. I don't know if they do soup kitchens. I personally feed animals, feed the birds. That's definitely something that you may want to do at this time as well, because what you give is definitely coming back with the Venus square Jupiter retrograde at this time. So, that's definitely important for some of you. If you want blessings, you have to give. It's kind of like y'all understand in the 3D world, to make money, you got to spend money. Well, to receive abundance, blessings, and things of that nature, you're going to have to give as well. So that's also why the Six of Pentacles was coming out, I believe. Was it in the Crow Call as well with the Two of Pentacles? Yeah, you got to give a little to get some, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, this is the last outburst I am going to have, okay? I promise. Please follow the astrology podcast that I got going for updates. Like, subscribe, and support your girl. Give a little, receive a little. You know what I'm saying? And I'm only saying little, but ain't nothing little about Jupiter. Ain't nothing little